People are always throwing around the fact that 5 to 8% click-through rate is good on YouTube. But what if I told you that that number is actually pretty meaningless when it comes to a B2B SaaS channel? After digging into real data from companies like Close.com and HubSpot, I found SaaS CTRs that actually move the needle look really different. Stick around, I'm going to show you what high intent searches you should target and the real CTR numbers that you should actually be aiming for. Vidiq's data shows the average YouTube click-through rate is anywhere from 2 to 10%, with 5 to 8% often being considered good. But this mixes cat videos in with complex B2B software demos. It tells you, as a SaaS founder, nothing useful. For SaaS, your CTR depends on one very critical thing, and that's viewer intent. Think of intent like a viewer's shopping carts. High intent means they're ready to check out with that specific solution. So in the world of YouTube, what this looks like in terms of low intent would be something like, what is CRM software? At this stage, they're just looking to educate themselves. They're not anywhere close to being ready to buy anything yet. Medium intent would be something like best CRM software for small businesses. So getting a little bit warmer. But a high intent search would look something like how to automatically log Gmail to HubSpot. Very, very specific here. High intent searches are specific problems that your software solves right now. So for example, a title like how to automate task between tool A and tool B. You want to create high intent content that targets people at the bottom of your funnel who are really the readiest to buy. Which, by the way, for more tips on content strategy, be sure to check out my video about creating a simple funnel-based content strategy. This high-intent content focuses on providing detailed answers, solving problems, and meeting specific user questions. These viewers are primed to click if your title and thumbnail promises the exact fix that they're looking for. So if we go to HubSpot's channel and we look at their trending videos, I do have the Vidiq Chrome extension on my browser, so I can click here and I can look at their trending videos, and you can see that pretty consistently, their tutorials have much higher views, while maybe the broader topics are going to be a bit lower. According to aggregated reports, founders in various SaaS communities report having anywhere from 6 to 9% click-through rate on their tutorial content, whereas maybe they have 3 to 5% on much broader topics. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what about all of the other types of SaaS-related video content that's out there? You're surely not putting just tutorials onto your platform. To be honest, different types of content can attract wildly different click-through rates, but I pulled together some verified benchmarks from a number of different sources that can help to give us a realistic range to look at. Okay, so let's break this down in terms of our different content types. So first we have tutorials. This would be something like how to manage projects using Monday.com, for example. This is targeting high intent viewers, and the click-through rate here can be anywhere from 6 to 10%, typically speaking. The next type that we have would be webinars or maybe deep dives. An example would be like AI pricing strategies for a SaaS. Anywhere from 3 to 5% is a good number to shoot for. Next would be our competitor comparisons, something like HubSpot versus Close CRM, for example. This could have CTRs ranging anywhere from 2 to 4% is considered good. For thought leadership content, something like what is the future of SaaS in 2025? These you can expect to have a click-through rate of anywhere from 3 to 6%. And then finally, something that's going to be much broader or lower intent. What is CRM, for example, or maybe a company update video? These can have a click-through rate of anywhere from 3 to 5%. So looking at this, we can see that there's clearly a pattern here. High intent tutorials are going to dominate click-through rate by at least 2 to 3 times over broader topics. So for a B2B SaaS that's targeting high intent searches, good CTR is often going to be anywhere from 6% or higher. So stop stressing if your brand videos are only getting a 4% click-through rate. That's normal, but we want to focus on where your click-through rate is coming from. By the way, if you're finding this deep dive into actual SaaS data valuable, data that you won't find in most generic YouTube advice videos, then do me a quick favor. Hit that like button below right now, because it seriously helps YouTube show this video to other SaaS founders and marketers who need it. And also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I drop a video every single week about how to grow your B2B SaaS YouTube channel without the overwhelm, focused on real data, actionable tactics, and getting straight to the point, because let's be honest, you're a busy SaaS founder, and that's why I try to make these videos short and to the point so you can get the best ROI on your time. One click and you won't miss what's coming next. And seriously, thank you. So I want to give you 3 actionable steps that you can take for better click-through rate for your SaaS channel. The first is going to be targeting high intent keywords, and I really recommend using a tool like Vidiq or TubeBuddy to help you in this search. You want to search for long tail keyword phrases with a medium search volume that scream specific problem. For example, here we have how to connect Google Sheets to MailChimp. This is much more specific of a problem than email marketing tools. Ask yourself, is somebody searching for this ready to implement a solution right now? As we can see, the monthly search volume is around 1,500 with a pretty low competition score. So this is going to be a really good long tail phrase that we want to use for our keywords. The second step is going to be crafting benefit-driven titles. These are going to be very specific. You want to ditch vague titles like using our dashboard. Instead, try something like how to reduce failed payments by 15% using Stripe. Include the high intent keyword very clearly and explicitly in your title, and be extremely specific about the outcome. And then the third step is going to be designing simple curiosity gap thumbnails. This is going to be something that really leverages the visual hook. SaaS equals professionalism. So you want to use clean fonts, branding colors, and maybe even a simple user interface screenshot. One of my clients' YouTube pages, their branding colors come through very clearly. Blue, very simple. You want to make sure to use 1 to 3 words max in your thumbnails, highlighting the biggest benefit or solving the main pain point, showing just a hint of the solution, not the whole answer, because remember, we want to create a curiosity gap here that it makes the viewer want to click on your thumbnail. Today, we've covered the different types of SaaS content and the average click-through rates that you should be aiming for. We also covered 3 things that you can walk away with today to help to improve your click-through rate immediately. That's going to be high intent keyword research, benefit-driven titles, and curiosity gap thumbnails. So stop wasting your time chasing after irrelevant and generic click-through rate myths that don't apply to you. So what's your experience been like? Comment below and share with me what's been your average click-through rate that you found in your videos. And also let me know what kind of content is the most relevant for you. What do you want to see next? And for more SaaS related content, be sure to check out this video next. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.